Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So a couple of weeks ago I did a video where I used all of the cheapest makeup products that I own and we saw how that turned out, and I wanted to compare it to how it looks if I apply all of the most expensive makeup products that I own, whether it looks more expensive or whether it's just kind of a waste of money. So today I have pulled out all of the most expensive makeup products that I own. I added up how much they all cost and oh my goodness, I cannot believe I've actually spent so much money on makeup over the last few years. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I would love it if you'd subscribe if you haven't already. I upload a new video every single week, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I know this is literally like the most boring way to start the video, but I literally only have one primer and it's not an expensive one. It's from LA Girl. It is the Pro Prep High Definition Smoothing Face Primer. I do really like it, but it only cost me like about $10 I think, so it's definitely not expensive, but it's the only one that I own, so it is what we're using today. I have in the past used the Too Faced Hangover Primer, which I really like, which is obviously more expensive than this one, and I'm planning on getting it again in the future. I've just zoomed you in so you can see a bit better. My most expensive foundation is from NARS. It is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and actually it's not my fave, but I'll try it again today and we'll see how we go. I forgot how much coverage this stuff has. I just look like a sheet right now. The reason I don't like this, if I come really close, hopefully you'll be able to see, it really dries out my skin, like on my chin and on my nose. Hopefully you can kind of see that. And this is like after immediately applying it. With a primer underneath and everything, like it calls itself radiant, but like I can see all of my pores. My chin and my nose look super dry and cakey, and it just looks really heavy on my skin. I'm not saying that I don't like expensive foundations because I love my Lancome one, and actually I thought that was more expensive, but when I looked up the prices, the NARS foundation is actually $5 more than the Lancome one. So this foundation costs $78 and I do not think it's worth it at all. I don't think I've blended it down my neck very well. Anyway, let's move on. So for concealer, once again, I do not have a high-end concealer. The most expensive one that I own is from Maybelline. This is the Master Conceal Face Studio Camouflaging Concealer. It cost $22 and actually it is my favorite concealer. I don't know, maybe high-end concealers are absolutely amazing. I don't think I've ever even tried one, to be honest. But I love this and I think it works really, really well. So at the moment I don't feel the need to try a high-end concealer. My most expensive powder is from Too Faced and it cost $47. It is the Primed and Poreless Skin Smoothing Pressed Powder. It looks very white, but it is definitely translucent. And this I think is absolutely worth the price. This is one of very few powders that I found that stops me from getting the creasing under my eyes, and you won't really be able to tell today because I've used quite a drying foundation on me anyway, but if I do use a dewy foundation then this powder doesn't it doesn't mattify it, it just sets it but still lets the glow come through, so I do like it for that reason as well. Actually, now that I'm looking at it on top of this foundation, it's not fixed the dryness on my nose and my chin, but it has fixed, you know how I said I could see all of my pores? It's completely blurred my pores, so that is amazing. This is definitely one that I recommend and I think it is worth the price. It's not that expensive anyway, but I do definitely prefer this over the drugstore powders that I've tried in the past. I only have the one eyeshadow primer, so it's the same one that I used in my video where I used my cheapest makeup, but it is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance and I think it's a great primer. This is $31, but it works really well and it lasts a really, really long time. And then I'm going to use one palette for my eyes and also for my brows, because if I have a dark brown in a palette then I tend to use that for my brows. The most expensive palette that I have is from YSL. I didn't buy this myself, this was a gift, but it did cost $152 for a regular palette that has 12 shadows, or this one which only has 10, like that's a lot of money. But they are beautiful shadows. I love every single shade that's in here. I'm going to start with this shade on the end here. That is the one that I use to do my brows. Just while we're on brows, I'm going to quickly set them with my brow gel, which is from Ico. This is $39. This is a really wet formula. I do find it very difficult to actually not apply too much. Actually, I was fairly successful today. Most days I end up with some huge lumps in my brows and then I have to go in with a tissue and like clean it up. I'm probably not going to buy this again just for that reason. It does work great once it's on and once it's set and once you've like cleaned it up and stuff. But yeah, I do find it difficult to apply. I don't think it's necessarily worth $39. Anyway, back to the palette. I'm going to take the light cream shade and just use that to set my eyeshadow primer. And then I'm going to take the warmer brown colour and use that as my crease shade. These are very pigmented, so I just go in with a little bit and build it up slowly. All of the other shades are super wearable, so it really doesn't matter which one I use each day. I think today I'm going to go with this one here. It's kind of like a taupey silver kind of colour. It just goes with absolutely everything. Although to be fair, like most of the shades in this palette just go with anything. So it really doesn't matter which one I pick. See, it's quite subtle, but I think it's super wearable. I just love the colours in here, and I love that they're just so easy to wear. We're going to kind of jump ahead a little bit here because that palette doesn't have like a highlighting shade in it. I'm going to show you my most expensive highlighter now. So actually the most expensive highlighter that I have is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. This was $98. However, obviously that comes with 3 different highlighters. If you do want to get a single, the singles are $73, which sounds like a lot compared to $98, but obviously when you get the singles they are full size. These are only like mini sizes. Even if I only had a single, $73 would still be the most expensive highlighter that I own. So anyway, the only one that's actually a highlighter on me is the middle one, so I'm going to use that to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. And that middle shade is quite pinky, so actually it's good that I didn't go too warm on the eyes. My most expensive mascara is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. This was $48, and I do like it, but I think I like my Maybelline one more, and obviously the Maybelline one is cheaper. So I don't necessarily recommend it for the price. But as I say, I do like it, and it gives your lashes a huge lift, which is really nice. Moving on to the face, my most expensive bronzer is also from Benefit. It is the Hoola bronzer. This cost $59. There are many sizes that you can get. I do like this bronzer, but I feel like there are other bronzers that you can get for less than $59 that are just as good, you know? So I don't know, if I ever do finish this up, I will probably buy it again. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's like a must-have. For blush, the one that costs the most money is from Bobbi Brown. It is the Shimmer Brick Compact in Nectar. It looks like this. When I looked it up online, it said that it costs $110, which is insane. I actually got this in duty free though, so I paid a little bit less for it. I do love this, and I'm very glad that I have it. Would I pay $110 for it? Probably not, to be honest. But for the price that I paid in duty free for it, which I can't even remember how much it was, but it was definitely a whole lot less than $110. I would pay that price again for it because I think it's a beautiful blush, and I think that it really suits my complexion. Back to the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, just to finish off my highlighting. I don't have a high-end setting spray, so the most expensive one I own is from Maybelline. It's the Master Fix Face Studio Water Boosting Setting Spray, and it costs $22. I used to not like the spray on this, but maybe that was just because I hadn't really used a setting spray before I tried this one. Now that I'm kind of used to setting spray, the mist feels fine. The smell of it is not my favorite, but I mean, it works and the smell is gone in a few seconds anyway, so really who cares. And last of all, my most expensive lipstick is another one that Jonathan gifted me a couple of years ago for Christmas. It is from YSL. This is the Rouge Pour Couture line and the matte formula. This is $66. That is the color that I have, which is absolutely beautiful. I I really love this lipstick. I do think that you can get really nice lipsticks for a lot less than $66. Do I recommend it for the price? Probably not, to be honest. But I mean, the packaging is absolutely beautiful. The formula is great. It's not too drying, but it's still matte. It still stays in place really well. So I mean, it's up to you. You can definitely get things that look the same as this for less than $66, but with a nice packaging, probably not. Anyway, this is the result of using all of my most expensive makeup products. Here's the question. Do you think it looks better than the full face of makeup that I did using my cheapest makeup products? I'll put a picture here of the makeup that I did using my cheapest makeup products so you can compare side by side. Obviously, I am really happy with this look. Most of my expensive makeup purchases are quite well thought out and researched, so most of these products I really love. The only one that I feel like is letting me down a little bit is that NARS foundation, because I really don't like it that much. Let me know in the comments what your favourite high-end product is. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again next time. Bye!